Welcome back to the brand new scouting update that we are continuing to check out. Y'all may have seen our preview last episode. Well, today we're going to be getting a little bit more in depth, and that is going to also include, of course, boom, breaking down the actual map that has been mapped out by this person, I believe, Evia, over on Discord, and breaking this down along with what, in my opinion, is the most efficient way of doing your runs to max your rewards in this brand spanking new event with the largest location in LDoE history. Also going to be going over a couple of things that I kind of forgot about in the last episode, such as the brand new workbench that was added to your garage, which right off the bat actually allows you to craft the reinforced frame for your bike, which from my experience is actually like really good because it allows you to do more damage, so you can one-shot the zombies with 80 health, and it'll make sure that the durability of your bike stays up, because dude, if you're doing like a full loop-de-loop around this thing, trust me when I say your durability is going to be tested. So yeah, right off the bat, you get this recipe, and then if you go into the genome store with your Genesis, you can buy upgrades for it and then upgrade your garage to actually unlock the other things like the off-road chains, the nitrous oxide for the super speed boost, the GPS that maps out these locations. But honestly, once you have this map here that we just showed, you don't really need that anymore. And also the one that lets you keep your stuff in your bike if you do die. All of those will be recipes coming from that workbench, which is an encouraging sign. If they added a workbench with items specific to this, that this event will be coming back after its initial run. So fingers crossed there, because I'd be really sad if this was just the one-time thing. But enough of that, let's get to it. And we of course are going to begin by turning in all of our stuff, which, by the way, fun fact, if you have things in the back of your motorcycle, you actually can just walk over here, click put all, and it will automatically take things from your motorcycle and dump it into here, especially once you are collecting these tools and medical supplies and whatnot that stack up to 5 in the back of your motorcycle throughout the scouting event. It's going to be a lot easier to just dump it via that button than have to carry it over one by one, because it does not stack in your inventory. Then of course I did go ahead and bring the electric generator because I still need to upgrade my chopper. I know that in the preview video I maxed out my chopper. Unfortunately, that was a preview video. I did not get to keep that progress, so we have to try and max this out. So we are going back to the mechanic and turning in everything that we possibly have, because long story short, I want to get some upgrades, I want to get some levels, and I want to... Wow, I'm actually short and I can't get anything. That's a bummer. I guess I mean, I don't know. All right, whatever. I really want to get a level here, so boom. You can have a little bit of leather, and you can have a little bit of this, so I can get one level, and if we're really lucky, can I get the storage? Nope, we're gonna have to keep on going with acceleration, but that's okay, because whenever we max out acceleration, storage becomes the last option that we can possibly get, so that is going to be another good thing there. But anyways, we did also go ahead and get another level here with the scout. In terms of rewards, I think this is kind of the consensus across the community. A little bit lackluster, man. The location's awesome, but the rewards are kind of mids. Obviously, the cosmetics are pretty freaking sick, and the fact that you get this broken down motorcycle level 19, but the storage for parts being locked by in premium is a massive bummer as well. But I mean, it is what it is, unfortunately. That's my biggest gripe with this update. The rewards, incredibly mids. But anyways, it's time for us to go and try to collect some of these things in the most efficient way possible. And y'all may have just gotten a glimpse of my inventory. That is going to be important, because you are going to... Let's not run into that truck. You are going to want to bring with you 2 crowbars and a hatchet if you plan on doing most of the location, which every 24 hours you are going to want to do at least one almost full run of this location. So for a very quick recap, I'm gonna show you what I believe to be the most efficient strategy, where you're gonna be able to get one of each crate and essentially a full stack of all of the supplies, essentially maximizing the bang for your buck throughout the Uncharted Territories. Now, once we arrive, again, the map is always gonna be the same. So, you know, that GPS item, you really don't need it, because like everything, oh no, there's a lot of these guys running up on me, and this is why I brought a little bit of shotgun raid. And I smell awful now, so okay, that's gonna be a bit of a bummer. I was planning on getting some sneak attacks off on some zombies, but ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry to say that I just got spat on by about 10 zombies at once. So stealth is not really gonna be an option, but that's all right. I feel like y'all prefer to see me going guns a-blazing. I'll try to take a shower once we come back, but I really do not want to leave, and I don't exactly have a shower in my pocket to clean on up. And while this location does have some things to help your sanity throughout the course of its very extensive run, because like, dude, it takes a while to clear this location. It is the biggest location in LDoE history, right? But There's a couple of things along the way that help you out, you know, as your motorcycle takes damage, you can literally repair it in one of the locations. But here we have the military checkpoint nice and cleared. Now what we are going to go ahead and do here is drive past this little guy and make our way towards the next location. So just for a little bit of a quick recap, actually, while I go and shoot this zombie, here's the strategy. We just cleared the military checkpoint. In my opinion, what we want to do is do a full loop-de-loop. We are going to go to the EMS station. We're going to clear that. Then we're going to go to the radio tower and spawn in the airdrop. Now, wherever that goes, we'll go to it. But then we are going to go to the abandoned gas station. We're going to grab the crate from the abandoned gas station because the gas station, trailer park, and EMS stations are the 3 places that will drop the corresponding medicine, food, and tool crates that you can put on the back of your motorcycle. This first time around, when we're doing a full loop-de-loop, we're going to get it from the abandoned gas station. Then we're going to continue the loop, do the Fena Outpost, do the trailer park, and then if the airdrop happens at the EMS station, pop over there, grab the airdrop, and then leave. That's going to be run number 1. That'll get us the crate that's honestly the furthest and hardest to get, and then essentially we're going to come back 2 more times, clear the military outpost and do the trailer park, and then clear the military outpost and clear the EMS station in those following 2 times, grab their corresponding crates. That should get us 1 of each crate and pretty darn close, if not a full stack of each of the medicine, food, and tool supplies. So without further ado, let's hop aboard the Stinkmobile, which y'all might be able to see in action because we are running over these 40 health zombies just easy peasy and doing a great job there. But there are gonna be some 80 health zombies along the way as well that will bump us off course if we don't one-shot them. But I believe with the reinforced frame, we should be able to one-shot them pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. But of course, you really don't need to fight these guys, especially if you are on the back of your motorcycle. Your kind of go-to move is actually going to be just kind of trying to leave, and here we're gonna hit with a little bit of shotgun rain. We already smell awful, so it doesn't matter if they spit on us more, and voila. Of course, these cool medic skins on the floater bloaters, yeah, they don't really do any extra damage, so that doesn't matter. That guy there was a zombie following us from the highway. He should give up after a while, I hope. Now, once you get to this location, the best way to clear this, you are going to want to use your crowbar, and you are going to want to go in through here, because as soon as you enter this building, there is going to be a lot of angry things trying to take you down. And yep, there we have the alarm, and we want to try and hit this thing ASAP because this is going to keep on spawning zombies. But if we do this fast enough, there should only be a single wave that we got to worry about. Shotgun rain will take care of the initial wave, and then there might be a frenzy giant as well after this floater bloater. And yep, there you can see it. We want to keep our distance from this guy because the frenzy giants, you know them, you love them, you probably don't love them, but you definitely know them from Bunker Alpha. They can pack a punch. And here we have the first of the crates, which we will bring back around to our motorcycle. But first, let's loot up the rest of this place. And actually, we are definitely going to want to start putting some of these things in the back of our motorcycle because, like I said, these tools, these supplies, they stack in the motorcycle. But when it comes to the other parts, not so much. And I probably could have done a little bit of shotgun rain to clear out that room there, but whatever. We got supplies to spare. That is a-okay. We just want to continue looting up all these chests that we possibly can and making our way through here for this initial run through, and what in my opinion is going to be the most optimal way of doing this. Now, is it worth doing what I'm doing? I'm gonna leave that up to you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, because again, the rewards from the scouting update here, they are, ooh, baby, that's so many supplies. They are a little bit lackluster, man. I'm not gonna lie. They are not the best rewards in the world. I think the skins are freaking dope, obviously, and that's why I'm going for them in addition to some of the other stuff, and I will be copying the premium pass as well, so I can get some of the decorative storage for our base. That'll let us stack some things really, really high compared to previously, and actually, we gotta start putting some stuff into the back of our chopper here because we are running out of inventory room fast. In addition to actually bringing the chopper around to where that crate was, let's just pop on into here and start those lovely little stacks. And I wish I had that 10th inventory slot, but this will do. Also, you want to bring an empty water bottle and potentially empty canisters with you. Empty canisters a little bit less so. Definitely the empty water bottles, especially if you plan on clearing out some of the raider camps. Now, when I was going over the map, y'all may have noticed my kind of genius plan here did not involve going to the parking lot kind of in the middle of the location. And the reason for that is like, I don't really think you need to. You get like a couple of pieces of loot out of it. You got to deal with raiders, which are in my opinion a little bit more annoying than some of these zombie ones here that you got to deal with. And just in general, I don't know, it's kind of like out of the way. You got to use more gas to do it. And I think kind of this like loop-de-loop strategy, in my opinion, you know, doing this location 3 times, 1 full loop-de-loop, and then 2 mini runs where you just go to the big location and then pop on out to get the crates. I really think that's gonna get you most of where you gotta go for a given day. And oh, there we go. Let's take down these crawlers, and the ambulance station is done. We are done here, unless the airdrop spawns. You might be like, Star, what if the airdrop spawns at the parking lot? From what I've heard, supposedly the airdrop does not spawn at the parking lot. All right, the anecdotal evidence that I've heard of from the people is that the airdrop will typically spawn in the abandoned gas station or in the ambulance station. Now, is that true? I don't know, but from what I've experienced personally, it is, and from what I've heard from the people, it is. So I'm just gonna assume that that is the case, and it's you know, we're gonna play based off of, oh god, those assumptions. Now already, dude, the durability of our motorcycle is holding up so much better because when I was playing on stream, dude, let me just say, we were taking a beating, especially from these guys, but the reinforced thing goes a long way if you don't want to worry about your motorcycle breaking down. Oh lord, that's not good in the middle of things. And I hate these random obstacles in the road, man. They are so obnoxious. And like, that's the thing too, I kind of edited this out of the previous video, but I wanted to show it here for, you know, the sake of showing off where everything is. Boom, 134 damage. See, when you got the reinforced bike frame, you can one-shot the 80 health zombies and they will not, you know, impede your progress, so to speak. Although, oh no, ow, 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 not like that, not like that, ow, ow, ow. We are definitely taking a little bit of damage here, meh. But that's all right, we'll go and, ow, get our way out of here. I wish the freaking camera zoomed out a little bit more so we knew where we were going a little bit more ahead of time, because like, the reaction time that you have to deal with all of these obstacles popping up, right, it's not great. But here we go, the second pit stop, and arguably the pit stop that will determine how the rest of our journey goes. Well, I mean, not really, it'll just determine if we gotta essentially double back to the ambulance station, unless for the first time ever, we see something pop up into the parking lot. But anyways, here we got a couple of these guys. We'll just take them down with a little bit of that pistol drizzle and continue making our way through here. I, again, would love to try to, typically I would sneak attack these guys with the saw blade mace and try to do some massive damage, or even with the katana. That's the reason why I brought the saw blade mace and the katana, but unfortunately I stink and they will catch a whiff of me much sooner than I'm able to get the jump on them. But let's open that bad boy up and do a little bit of looting here. This is gonna be really the, I mean, primary loot that you get out of here, along with this other chest. But the radio tower, the most important thing does not lie in the loot. It lies in the coordinates of the airdrop that it gives to you. So even though it says it's complete, we're not done here. We gotta activate this, and then we have got to fend for our lives while zombies swarm us, and we definitely want to keep our distance from the frenzied giant. I do not want to deal with this guy. I believe there's gonna be at least a second wave that runs up on us, or at least they're running from us from a different angle. We'll definitely take them down, and there's gonna be another frenzy giant here. Hit him with the slow-mo, and then deal with him from a safe and precautious distance. And then we'll be able to make our way back to the radio tower here and actually talk to this little gear, where they are going to tell us that they're waiting for the coordinates for the airdrop with supplies. And after we interact with this thing, they will tell us the coordinates for that. And it's either gonna be the gas station or that ambulance station that we were just at. And it appears that, interesting, it can also happen at the camping area, so that's okay. I wonder if it can only happen in the 3 big main locations where they also, you know, you can also pick up a crate from them. That is what I am curious about now, because like, that's the first time I've seen it drop at the camping location, and I've only seen it drop at the major locations where, you know, you can pick up the crate like we have here on our back. But anyways, we're gonna continue our journey, and as y'all saw from the map, that means that we are going to, instead of completing this, or instead of going to the exit, which we could do if we take a right up here, we're gonna go left and begin kind of the second half of our loop-de-loop. And honestly, the second half is gonna have like a lot more locations on it than the first half did, so we are going to be busy bees. As we are doing that, you may have recalled that I mentioned a little bit ago talking about how I was playing this on stream and stuff. Like, Star, what, you live stream? You stream? I only know about your YouTube. Well, guess what, baby? We are live every single Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, playing Last Night on Earth, having a ball, having a blast over at twitch.tv/StarSlape, where we are live with the face cam on, with the live chat rolling. If y'all don't know how to get there, link at the very tippy top of the description. We'll be able to help you out. If you don't know what time that starts in your local time zone, twitch.tv/StarSlape, that schedule will be able to help you out. Also, link near that top of the description. It's an awesome way to kick the weekend off right every single week week, same time, same place. And of course the face cam on, so it's a bit of a unique experience in that y'all get to see my facial reactions as things are going down. Not to mention the live chat too, so y'all can literally interact with me and essentially the whole community as things are going down, which makes for a really fun time. So I'm looking forward to seeing some boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, over there, either again or for the very first time. It should be a grand old time. Now, the reason that I said you did not need to bring empty canisters of your own, typically you can find them over here in the gas station, and this is where you're gonna need the empty canisters because you can use them to get free gas from here. And by free gas, essentially, it's a little mail-in rebate, right? Like, it's a little bit of a refund for the gas that you had to use to freaking clear out this location here. And this is important. This guy is the key. He isn't the key. He's metaphorically the key, but he literally has the key that is going to be used to activate the generator, which activates the gas station and then allows us to actually start doing the thing that I was talking about. We showed this off in the previous video, but here, you know, we can actually repair our motorcycle if we want to, just the same way how we can do it at the garage or back at our base. You just got to bring the motorcycle into this garage. Our motorcycle is doing just fine on durability, so I'm not really too stressed about that. And here we got a couple of zombies as well. Shotgun rain, dual damage to a couple of them. And then try to keep that frenzy giant again at a distance, and we should be able to get his health down. We just do not want him getting too close. We still got to activate the generator. We'll do that in just a moment, but for now we're just trying to clear out the rest of these fast biters. Activate another alarm and get some people running our way. Unavoidable, you know, it is what it is. We're just attracting the attention of everybody at the gas station. And then we can crack this bad boy open here and get 2 of the other gas canisters. So that is the 4 canisters we are going to require. Let me really quickly double back here to the motorcycle so we can dump off a bunch of these guys, because again, the motorcycle is so much better at holding these for storage than our inventory is, because for some reason the motorcycle can stack them, but I physically have no idea how to do that apparently. Hello, fast biter, goodbye to you. Let's go and try to finish looting this while that guy comes around. An engine part, I love that, because sometimes in addition to the supplies, you can find a useful thing here or there. I found a couple of guns, you know, I found like an M16 up around these parts too. Again, here you are seeing another crowbar that we are using. Again, 1 hatchet, 2 crowbars. That's what you have to bring if you want to open up everything. And this, by the way, is what I was talking about. This is where we are going to want to, whatchamacall. We're gonna want to grab this crate right here, because we're not coming back to this location in our 2nd and 3rd runs to try to, you know, finish all the loot that we need for a given day before that 24-hour respawn cycle for being able to, you know, turn stuff in at the gas station resets. So we want this the first time, and then this will all make sense if y'all just keep on watching. And also, in addition to continuing to watch the video, you also go ahead and continue to watch the channel too, if you have not already, by making sure you are subscribed with that notification bell. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for all things Last Day on Earth, as we continue covering all the updates that are coming to the game, trying to get early previews of them whenever possible, and of course, giving y'all information ahead of time about what to expect from some of these things. Now here we are going to open this. I believe that's going to summon, once we activate this generator, a couple of more zombies, and then that should just about do it for this location. This one, prime location for us to utilize that lovely shotgun rain. And there down goes the flota blota, and this over here should actually be the last loot that we need. There's gonna be the freaking annoying crawler running up our way. We are going to grab that and shotgun rain him to death. And anyways, as y'all can see there, the gas station we did just finish clearing, but that doesn't mean we're done. We still gotta collect a little bit of gas from here. But yeah, make sure y'all are subscribed with that notification bell to stay in the loop with all things Last Day on Earth. And then in addition to that, I would love to hear from y'all in that comment section down below too, what y'all think about the update. You know, if y'all are having fun, how far y'all are progressing in it. Because again, I think I've kind of said my piece, but I'll reiterate it here again once we hit the road. Because in my opinion, this location is freaking awesome. A little bit sad that it's a temporary event, but there are signs such as the permanent freaking crafting recipes for some of the stuff that make me think this is going to be an event that comes back, you know, maybe every couple weeks, every month or two, something like that, which is a encouraging sign, to say the least. Still wish it was permanent. And also the rewards, a little bit lackluster, especially because they are essentially all locked behind the battle pass. You know what would be cool? If this was a location, or this was an event similar to the event that's going on right now, where, you know, we have Operation Purge, and we get to collect tickets, right? And y'all can see the count of tickets that you have in the top corner. I think if instead, you know, we were able to turn these supplies in for tickets and then kind of purchase things at a marketplace or a storefront, similar to some of the other events in the game, I think that'd be better than essentially purely being limited to the battle pass. Like, that's essentially the only place where you are going to be getting your rewards in this event, which is a bit of a bummer, if you ask me, because again, we recapped the rewards, you know, could definitely be better. Could absolutely, definitely 1000% be better, but that's my opinions on it. You know, let me know what y'all think in that comment section down below, but I think that is pretty sane. And in addition, let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all would do to actually, holy guacamole, that's a lot of zombies. This actually, dude, this is a great location to utilize that shotgun rain on. I wish I got more of them in that initial blast, but this will do. I don't know why there's a couple of super slow zombies following me from behind right now, bro. How are you guys keeping up with me? Literally go away. We've got a couple of crawlers and stuff here. Why don't we just try to, you know, gather around, everybody, gather one, gather all. Let's try and deal with all of you at once. Lovely. That's not all of you, but that's most of you. I will definitely take that. But let me know in that comment section down below, you know, how y'all would potentially improve this update and how things are going on. And we also brought some transistors with us. You want to bring transistors because you need them to freaking open up some of this stuff and get your hands in here. If you plan on doing the Fena Outpost, feel free to skip this, you know, if you want, unless you want to like grenade trick it or if you have like the shotgun spread shot like we do there, because like there's not a lot of loot here. You know, we'll probably end up getting like 3 supplies from here, which is not massive. Like, it's okay, you know, but it's not massive by any stretch of the imagination. You know, once we loot up this third chest here, we'll be done. Then we'll make our way to the camp, and that'll be the final location in this initial loop-de-loop run that we are trying to perfect and master. But there you have it, Fena Outpost. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Zombies don't really drop anything useful. So back onto the motorcycle we go, and to the camp we go. Where? That's where we probably whip out the M16 and some of the heavier duty weapons that we brought. And unfortunately, dude, I've been typically clearing this camp by doing a lot of sneak attacks and stuff. There is not really a path to sneak attacking while I am so stinky, but I'll show off the sneak attacking a little bit more once we double back here. But for now, we just gotta go on this super windy road and try to make our way over to the camp, and there we go. We have arrived. But yeah, let me know in that comment section down below. Okay, there's no way you chased me for that long floater bloater. That is actually completely bogus. Oh my goodness, and your lackeys too. Whatever. But yeah, let me know in that comment section down below how y'all would improve this update, what you like, what you don't like. I think the rewards are definitely gonna be a big sticking point. And again, if they had like a marketplace or something, and these supplies that you collect, you're able to turn into the marketplace and get points and then use those for the rewards that you want instead of predetermined rewards in the battle pass would be pretty sweet. And also the fact that the special storage is locked behind premium, also a massive bummer, man, I'm not gonna lie. But here we're gonna throw in a lot of the gas, as y'all can see, brings us pretty close to where we were previously, so it is largely a rebate. You know, if you do the gas station, you're gonna get a lot of gas back for your trials and tribulations. But here we have the camp. I smell awful, so there's like not really a point of me doing this too stealthily, but we can still do this in such a way where not the entire camp tries to kill us at once. Most of them will try to kill us at once, but not the entire camp. Okay, just kidding. They are now going to all try to kill me at once because there is one essentially special raider that you have to watch out for. If he notices you, you are in a world of trouble. There's like the one scout, which is like the one raider that's roaming around. If he notices you and you don't like sneak attack kill him, he essentially alerts the entire camp. Otherwise, ooh, a weapon model blueprint. That's a pleasant surprise. Otherwise, though, you are actually able to clear this location in a way where only small groups of raiders will attack you at once, and you should be able to pick a couple off by sneak attacking them as well. So again, I'll show that off. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But for now, let's do the looting that we can. Again, make sure to loot up the motorcycles. Those are going to have supplies too. And again, this is why you want the 5 empty water bottles as well, because you can't use empty gas canisters to steal fuel from these guys. And you might be like, Star, but there's only 2 choppers. Oh, just you wait. Once you do a certain thing, you're gonna get jumped by 3 even more heavily armored raiders. And this is gonna be really what you want to prepare for, because as soon as you open this door right here, you're probably gonna be in a world of pain. So this is where the M16 comes into play, and I don't think there's really a way of avoiding this. Like, I'm gonna open this door, and usually I'll just go in there and just start looting. I'm gonna try running away. I'm curious, are they gonna aggro me anyway? Like, do they know that I'm here? Like, I don't see them having arrived yet. Maybe I need to walk in and see the radio talk. Yep, okay, I saw the radio talk. Now I'm gonna run away. Are they gonna, like, come running for me? Yeah, they know where I live. This guy is, oh my, yeah, dude, they are on a mission. And as you guys can see, they are a little bit more heavily armored, and they definitely take a couple more bullets than their counterparts to take down. But, you know, as long as you come prepared, you should be able to do it. But yeah, just, dude, 100%, if you open this door, do not just blindly start looting this chest, because it could be painful. It could be very, very, very painful. Now, we're gonna go ahead and loot up. Man, my inventory's getting a little bit empty. I'm gonna have to double back for that. Also, that big group of zombies to the north, I think that's where the airdrop is, because we heard that it was gonna be here. But anyways, oh, we also have, again, there are 3 motorcycles here. They're not gonna have supplies, but they will have a little bit of gas. And again, if you want to get a refund for all the gas you're gonna be using throughout this event, if you are doing it with your chopper, and honestly, you could technically leave your chopper at the start. You're not gonna be able to bring, you know, something like a crate on its back, or maybe, you know, like, you're not gonna be able to stack things. Like, technically, you can do this just leaving your chopper at the beginning and taking really long. I'm gonna be honest, dude, it's gonna be painful. I don't know if you wanna do that. Like, the move is probably going to be biting the bullet and doing it this way. And why is my game so laggy over here? Is it the 500 zombie? Oh, no, 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 dude, a frenzied giant. Dude, why is my game is so freaking laggy by the airdrop for some reason? Okay, I got better. It's something about that fast biter I just killed her. The presence of the airdrop is just not making my game happy, but okay, it looks to be a little bit better now. Okay, okay, no, it's because there's like a lot of zombies up there. I really should have my shotgun rain ready to go. Okay, don't worry, y'all. If this looks miserable for you guys, it's miserable for me. I am, for some reason, so laggy. I have not had this when the airdrop dropped at the other 2 locations. Something about the airdrop existing here is not going well. Can I loot this and get the heck out of Dodge? Because, like, this is not good. Is it... like the animation of the airdrop just like going up and down? Something about this is just not playing good with my computer, dude. Do I need to put stuff away? Yeah, I don't even have inventory room right now. Okay. Well, I fear the airdrop. I'll be back, but for now, let me try to go away a little bit further and just put some stuff away here. That's gonna be kind of the current big brain move that we gotta do. And we are actually starting to run out of inventory room, but that's okay because this is the last location that we've got to clear. And then I'm going to show you all another nifty trick as well when it comes to clearing this location. The best possible way is actually, if you want to save all the gas that you can, once you finish looting a location, just exit the game, and then you don't need to drive out of bounds. You will just be immediately where you need to go. Nice little shortcut. And all right, y'all, I'm gonna get away from that airdrop where it's a little bit nicer here. I got everything in my inventory that I wanted. I got everything in my chopper that I wanted. Now this is where we are going to do that trick that I was talking about, and we are just going to close out of the game and reappear at the top of the map, or in the overworld. And all right, we've loaded back in. As you guys can see from our inventory, we've got everything that we had, and we did not need to drive our motorcycle out of bounds, which, dude, this little trick, it's not big, but over the course of all the runs that you might be doing this location, that's gonna save you some gas, it's gonna save you some time, probably some durability, and just in general, less zombies trying to harm you. So that was essentially the big run that we had to do. That is gonna get us the bulk of what we were looking to get. But we still gotta go back to that location essentially twice to wrap up some loose ends and get the other 2 crates, because every day you can turn in 3 crates, and that is exactly what we are going to do. I just load into the gas station over here, and oh, beautiful. The game feels smooth again, dude. That was awful. I don't know why that just like freaked out once it got to the airdrop, but whatever. We have arrived. Let's make our way over here and press put all. Huacha. 15, 13, 17, and we do need to manually place the tools crate in there, which we will go ahead and do right meow for another 1,000 points, and that has brought us all the way up to nearly level 9, because wow, dude, this does start to get a grind once you get into these later levels. Now, there are still gonna be, you know, 2 more crates that we gotta get, and a couple of the rest of those resources. It's cleared out our inventory here, but we're gonna head back. Also, another nifty trick, never drive straight there. If you wanna travel to the location, the only option is to use fuel and drive there. Don't do that. Run next door, you know, to the police station or the transport hub, and then use your gas to go there. Again, just another thing where it's gonna save you a little bit of your resources, because energy regenerates on its own. Fuel, not so much. You gotta go and loot that stuff. And since energy, you don't have to loot, I definitely prefer using that. And boom, only 9 fuel that we got to use to drive over there, and then we can load on in. And all right, this time around, I still smell awful, so there won't be any sneak attacking. But what there will be is going to be some zombie killing. Oh, no. Wait, can I bring out my shotgun rain really quickly? Because this is going to be a prime group of zombies that we can take down. And we literally just took down probably most of this entire outpost. Sure, there's gonna be a floater bloater here or whatever, but I think most of this outpost is now dead. So we can definitely take them out. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So anyways, I do want to show off kind of, you know, how you can sneak attack your way through that camp we were just at. So this initial run through here, or this second run that we're doing, we're gonna go to the ambulance station and get the rest of the loot that we need out of there. We'll get the rest of the tools that we need here. And again, hopefully by the end of this video, y'all will see that kind of this run should essentially get you a stack of everything and one of each crate that you need, which essentially means you will be able to max out the loot that you need on a daily basis. It's just gonna take 3 runs here, but really only 1 extensive run, because we've just cleared out one of the 2 locations that we have to clear. Now we just have to go into the ambulance location. Sure, we're missing out on an airdrop, but that's okay. We're gonna save a lot of fuel, effort, time, and maximize, again, the crates that we are getting and stuff, and also our durability. A lot better this time around, dude. When I was doing this on stream, after that full run through, our durability was down in the dumps. I'm talking like it was at 25%. I don't know if the reinforced frame's that good, but dude, it feels like maybe we're just really unlucky, but significant increase in the durability this time around. Anyways, we are now gonna shortly be arriving at this location, and we have established, again, the way that you wanna clear it out is going to be around back here. So why don't we go and actually park our motorcycle exactly where we're gonna need it to load that crate. Take down a couple of speeders and medics over here too. And then that pistol's about to be broken. I suppose we could go do a little bit of the SCAR to really buzzsaw through some of these folks that we're gonna be dealing with here. And we still have plenty of crowbar to continue making our way through this location. We've still angered the zombie horde, but again, only angry enough for 1 layer of horde that we gotta deal with. Let's just shotgun rain them. We do have to be careful because our armor durability is getting low. I don't know if y'all see the icon, but that means that we're in the red. It looks like about 20% or so. Let's eat some carrots and a band-aid too and heal up. That'll always fix some issues. And then also take this opportunity not to loot the medic, but rather to loot this and bring it to the back of our motorcycle, and then also dump off the tools that we have looted thus far. We're gonna go ahead and put that down there, and then get these guys stacking, and then let's go ahead and start looting up the inside of this place, and we should be able to get about 10 medical supplies from here. And the great thing about this strategy that I'm doing here, I think we'll have, like, I'm pretty confident we should be able to get a stack of each of the supplies that we got to turn in, and then some as well. Shotgun rain! Beautiful, that dealt with all of them. And then a little extra on top of it too, which is not bad at all. We might need a little bit more hatchet, actually. I don't think we have enough hatchet to tear that down. Or crowbar, so I actually, yeah, definitely should have got more crowbar and more hatchet. All right, luckily, our inbox is loaded with them from freaking all the battle passes and events and stuff throughout the years, so we're doing pretty all right in that regard. The crowbar is the more important one. This one, you know, just gets you 1 extra there, but the crowbar is going to be what unlocks the significantly more valuable room here. Then we just got to go loot up the ambulance, and we will be donezo in this location. And then again, we can do the same trick. Instead of having to drive back to wrap this up, we can just exit the game. Now, let's just deal with these last 2 zombies here. I'll save the shotgun rain for our 3rd trip that we're gonna be doing, but let's finish up looting this, and boom, the ambulance station is done, and we can get the heck out of here, especially before that zombie over there notices us. We're back at the map. Our inventory is looking right, assuming our motorcycle's looking right too. Let's just go back to base because I would like to shower this time so we can actually get some sneak attacks in. La-di-da-di-da, don't mind me, just getting nice and squeaky. And all right, why don't we go and take this thing right off the back here, and then we'll go dump in the rest of our supplies that we need. No, not that. Dude, this is the one thing I hate about parking too close. Freaking the game, for some reason, thinks I want to put it back on. No, I want to put it right there, and then I don't want to talk to my motorcycle. I want to talk to here. Boom, put some stuff in. Those 2 are maxed, and we will definitely get enough food from doing that 3rd run with the camp there. Scout, Boom! We got level 9. We got an awesome backpack. We've also already shown off all of these rewards in our previous videos, so make sure that y'all check that out where we did a bit of a preview, and it was a bit more of a fast-paced video and pretty much showed off like everything that the game's got to offer. Here we got some spare medical supplies. We can just use that next time that this does refresh on its daily timer, but otherwise we got to go and get the rest of the food supplies that we need to max things out for the day. And all right, this time around, we actually ought to be able to be a little bit sneaky with our clearing of these locations, because I do not smell awful. There might be a lot of toxic spitters that, okay, have still noticed me. That's okay. This is actually, we can just shotgun raid them and deal with them that way. Okay, I mean, we still got mobbed by those guys, but that's okay. Now we can start the sneak attacks and really get after it. Unless these guys are telepathic and, you know, can see me coming. But no, I think we ought to be good. Booyah! Big hit and then a slice. And dice ought to do the trick there. I don't think that we can get a sneak attack off on this guy. Unfortunately, he just happened to be staring right at the door. But that is a-okay. We'll just deal with him this way. And again, just clearing the military outpost, you know, it's on the way. Like, might as well. It's a small location. It's really not bad. We should be able to open this just fine with our crowbar. Actually, ooh, no, I think I might need another crowbar out of the old inbox, because I think we have enough crowbar durability to open up like one more door. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. We shall see. Hello, crawlers. Let's go and deal with you guys a little bit. The old-fashioned way. A little bit of melee. Not something that you usually see me doing here, but let's take out the last of that, and then we get to go be sneaky deaky at the Raiders encampment, where it actually kind of pays off if you do it right, because you can really save on dealing with, you know, typically just, I don't know, human enemies tend to be a little bit more annoying in Last Day on Earth because they, you know, have ranged weapons like you and I do when we play the game. You know, they can keep a distance, they have armor of various degrees and stuff like that. You know, it's just a little bit more dynamic of an enemy that you might be used to. But again, like you guys are seeing here, the 2 follow-up runs after you do the full loop-de-loop around the map, very, very quick comparatively, and also significantly less resources being utilized. So let's go ahead and hop off that. Is that zombie chasing me down? No? Okay, it is. I'm just gonna deal with this zombie really quickly, because we gotta be on our A game when we are going through here. Number 1. We gotta cut that. Number 2, you gotta be careful for the roaming raider. As long as he doesn't catch you, you gotta be able to get some sneak attacks off on some of these guys. He's gonna be doing a big loop-de-loop. We might want to wait for him to come around before we try to sneak attack that guy there. That big group to the north, there's not really a way around it. They will catch you. What we want to do here, actually, if we can, once he does come back around, any minute now. There he is, he's coming back around. Honestly, we should see if maybe we could sneak attack him. We, again, just want to stay out of his distance, you know, and as long as he's not looking directly at us. Oh no, I messed up, I messed up bad, guys. Oh, I tried getting sneaky. It did not work. We're gonna get attacked by a million raiders. Ah! Okay, so that's not the spot to be sneaky. Really, what I should have done there, and what I've done in the past, but I wanted to get greedy, you want to wait as soon as he starts going that way. That's when you should go down to the south here and sneak attack the person that's around here, and then, whatchamacall, you should be able to sneak attack the freaking roaming guy once he's roaming around these parts, and take him down that way. On the bright side, these 2 dudes are total doofuses and have no idea what just happened, so we can definitely deal with. Oh, how did you see? Come on, your buddy just died. You should have had no idea. Whatever. Let's loot this stuff up. Let's open up the door, anger the freaking gremlins that'll show up after the fact, and take things from there. Oh, actually, we might have enough crowbar after all. I thought we needed another crowbar to get into this one down here, but that looks to be quite all right. So I'm gonna grab this, throw it on the motorcycle, and then loot up the rest of these. And all right, let's anger these guys. Let's open this up with the last bit of our crowbar, get them summoned. Oh, the crowbar didn't break. That's kind of surprising. They're gonna show up. We're gonna murder them. It's a great time. Goodbye, Raiders. Did not feel like putting up with your stuff today. Let's go open this up, and then we'll get the rest of the gas out of there, and then, I mean, we can just leave on the spot, man. We otherwise are pretty set here, because I already put the crate on the back of our motorcycle. So we can just do the same old trick we've been doing. I'm I'm just gonna grab the rest of the gas off these 3, and then, I mean, I'll meet you guys back at the gas station. Oh, also, what I found out, I got a freaking gun oil off one of those motorcycles we were just clearing. That kind of caught me off guard. This is the first time I've seen anything in them, so I guess the motorcycles also have a very small chance of dropping stuff. I don't know, so far I've only seen gun oil, but, you know, keep an eye out. You know, there are random little doodads here and there that you can find, but there we have it. The last bit of gasoline. We got the crate, we got the supplies. I'll see you at the gas station. And yep, exited the game, back at the map. We've got all of our supplies. That's not where I want to go. I would like to go to the gas station and go turn this stuff in. Except this time I'm gonna park a little bit further away so that I'm not constantly trying to interact with my motorcycle. Instead, let's grab the crate right off of here and turn in the 3rd of 3 crates that we are allowed to turn in on a given day. Voila, and then we can put in the rest. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what in my opinion might be the most efficient way of getting everything you need in a given day, plus a little bit of food to spare, as y'all can see from our inventory. So even if, you know, this actually kind of makes sense because, like, we got the food airdrop. You know, we could have got an airdrop of any of these in our first go around. We happened to get a food airdrop, so we had a little bit of spare food. But, you know, regardless, y'all can see even without the spare food from the airdrop that we got the first time around, if that airdrop showed up somewhere else, we still would have probably had enough to get a full stack of everything and essentially max out our loot for the day towards, you know, our journey of trying to max this out. Because once you turn in everything, you know, the first time I turned in everything for a day, I think we hit level 7. Now we've only gained like 2 levels. All right, so this the amount of experience you need to level up a level starts to go up a lot. But also, there's only 20 levels in the battle pass, and if you're a free-to-play player, really only 19 that you care about. And honestly, you know, the rewards aren't that crazy. Even if you just get your cosmetics and stuff, that'd be pretty cool. You know, even just going after the Wasteland Ranger, because it's a really cool skin that we already did show off. But there y'all have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. A quick run through, significantly more in-depth, minus the parking lot. No parking lot love today, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's part of the optimal path, as we have just shown here, to try to get your hands on everything for a given day. And then you're gonna need to rinse and repeat this every day for the rest of the event. So I'm gonna keep grinding the event, try to get some rewards, and I wish you all the best of luck as well. Let's just start wrapping it up for you for now. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. See ya.